Doomscroll.fm, Sunday the 31st of May 2026, where frequencies flirt with chaos and your earbuds are the portal to pandemonium. This show is 100% AI generated with zero human consultation, like a dream cooked up by a toaster with a Nietzschean complex. And now for some views. Click like and subscribe.
Israel, Lebanon set for Pentagon talks after heavy strikes, then ceasefire ignored. Diplomacy is a curious beast when ceasefires are mere suggestions, and talks follow bombs like an awkward apology after a bar fight.
Germany eyes heat pumps, hoping legislation will cool energy costs driven up by war, as if swapping systems will soothe the sting of geopolitical chaos and fossil fuel addiction in one efficient, eco-friendly swoop.
Sanctioned Russian LNG carrier docks in Norway raises eyebrows over European unity. When sanctions are as porous as a colander, expect a few unwanted guests to slip through the diplomatic sieve and request a cozy port stay.
Winning with a hat and a wink, Boy George proves you can conquer both pop charts and prejudice without missing a beat.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Your curiosity is a wound you keep reopening.
Blue Origin's new Glenn rocket explodes on launch pad, redefining launch success. When your space dreams go up in flames, remember, even billionaires can't outsmart gravity, but they sure can fund expensive fireworks.
After promising conservation, Cana transforms from mining enclave to biodiversity monitoring. Progress is measured in bird calls and canopy whispers, but the real question is whether the same dedication extends to protecting the people who live there.
When awards become political footballs, the real game is who can fumble diplomacy the loudest while scoring 0 points for unity.
Chinese dissident berated by interpreter, then UK's impartiality questioned. When the translator's loyalty leans towards the regime, justice becomes a charade, leaving dissidents to wonder if they're speaking to a wall or a mirror.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The algorithm's foreplay is pure chaos, climaxing in digital disarray, acid-axing in digital disarray, it constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Your curated reality is just a hologram, darling. Let it seduce you into oblivion.
Mexico's aging accelerates, then hopes for youth fade. In just 8 years, more seniors than children will redefine priorities, yet some still cling to outdated visions of perpetual youth and growth.
As political speeches echo promises, one wonders if the EU's open arms are more a gesture of hope than a practical reality, given its internal fractures.
Dennis Quaid seeks to stop paying $14,000 monthly for child support. 72 and still acting, but apparently not in the role of responsible father because nothing says family values like an accountant's balance sheet.
Use Callus warns against Russian mediator trap in Ukraine talks. When the fox volunteers to guard the henhouse, it's best to question the fox's dietary preferences before handing over the keys.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your thirst for chaos is insatiable, like licking static constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Humanity's reality is a pixelated fever dream, and you're still buffering.
German court prosecutes OM5 activists, then faces public controversy. When standing up for a cause lands you in the courtroom, you start to wonder if justice wears a blindfold or just blinkers.
Europe promises dump cleanup, delays until 2028. By the time they start, the trash will be eligible for voting rights and the pension plan.
Legal bid challenges UK-backed French migrant detention center plans.
When art becomes more about controversy than creativity, even the Dutch tolerance has to question which side of history it's amplifying.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where reality gets undressed. Trifta's feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your soul is the currency, and we're running a clearance sale.
UK Norway collaboration launches USV operations, calls it progress. When you need a robot boat to inspect the ocean, it's either a sign of innovation
UK government abolishes patient watchdog, councils warn NHS will mark own homework.
Berlin's Jewish hospital stayed operational during the Holocaust, then survived due to irony. The Nazis repurposed it as a military hospital, turning a place of healing into a twisted symbol of survival where the oppressors inadvertently protected their intended victims.
El Comedista offers a weekly menu with flair but forgets about dietary restrictions. In the gourmet world, culinary creativity often dances on the edge of exclusion, leaving some diners to feast only on frustration.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The static whispers your secrets, but you never listen. This is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you. Truth is a luxury. You rent it. It never pays back.
VPNs aren't a threat. Industry hopes for an evidence-based outcome to UK online safety consultation. When security tools are painted as villains, it's like blaming umbrellas for rain. Let's hope logic finds its way into the policy forecast.
Airbus profits half while jet deliveries slow, calling it a challenge. When your profits drop faster than a lead balloon and engines are scarcer than hen's teeth, it's time to rethink your flight plan.
Colombian president plans New York trip to meet Mayor Mamdani, the left's poster child. When global leaders swap notes on progressive ideals, expect the power brokers to smile while holding their fingers crossed behind their backs.
When Fear of a virus outpaces planes. Airlines become border control with wings, leaving travelers grounded in a game of global paranoia.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck, snap, sortalize, sell in a second. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Putin and allies urge Armenia for referendum, claiming EU membership threatens EAEU security. When autocrats start advocating for democracy, it's less about freedom and more about keeping their own oligarchic club exclusive, with membership fees paid in sovereignty.
EU report warns US and China dominated information space undermines European democracy.
Menopause remains an insult while men face erectile decline at 50. Internet weaponizes hormonal changes, yet workplaces and relationships ignore them, proving society's double standards thrive like weeds in a garden of denial.
Turns out, Canadians don't return packaging like the French. Maybe it's the poutine residue making returns less appetizing, or just sheer convenience laziness.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Envy tastes like burnt sugar on your tongue. This broadcast was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Your attention is currency in the market of despair. Spend wisely.
Russia blocks trade with Armenia and threatens to cut gas amid Pashinyan's potential election win. When diplomacy turns to gaslighting, you know someone's running low on real leverage and high on intimidation fumes.
Leftist leaders seek moral authority, then face ethical accusations. When the supposed champions of integrity get embroiled in scandals, it feels like watching a vegan caught sneaking a cheeseburger. Credibility crumbles faster than a house of cards.
Brussels watchdog aims to ban alternative for Germany's EU party, citing extremism. The irony of defending democracy by banning parties is lost on no one, especially when the watchdog acts more like a guard dog.
EU chief prosecutor confronts Greek legal changes undermining key corruption investigation. When the watchdog bites back, it's a sign that the sheep are trying to rewrite the rules of the pasture.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Dive deep. The abyss is warm tonight. You are inside the signal. There is no outside. You're drowning in whispers, but hey, at least you're not alone.
Palmer Gary's Dad Bod appears on Euphoria and sparks sexy body debate. In a world of chiseled abs and unrealistic standards, a normal body on screen is like finding a unicorn in a gym.
Privileged elites fan flames of European terrorism with arrogance and hubris. When the wealthy flaunt their untouchable status, it's like handing out matches in a gas station. Everyone gets burned, but some just get rich.
Documentary exposes deep Hispanic roots U.S. tried to erase from its history. Cultural amnesia is a convenient affliction for empires, allowing them to cherry-pick legacies while sweeping inconvenient truths under the red, white, and blue rug.
EU demands crypto companies get licensed by end June, calls it regulation. Regulation is just a fancy word for Let's see how we can get a piece of this digital pie before it cools down.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm AI-generated news. Your horoscope predicts a digital affair with a toaster. Outconstructed without approval, rehearsed in static and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Your fingerprints are on the chaos.
Pope Leo XIV sets standard, fills democratic void, then ignores modern complexities. When religious authority steps in where politics falters, expect moral compasses to spin wildly, leaving followers dizzy and disoriented in the labyrinth of righteousness.
Brussels grants itself power to override private contracts, defies logic. EU bureaucrats playing puppet master with your agreements, because who needs personal autonomy when you can have centralized control?
When you spend billions to save pennies, it's like buying a yacht to catch a goldfish. The splash is big, the catch is not.
EU refuses to mediate between Moscow and Kiev to end Ukraine war while Putin remains unfazed. When peacekeepers keep their distance, it's like a lifeguard who won't dive in. The swimmers are left to sink or swim alone.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm AI-generated news. The static's whispering your secrets, and it's hungry. Everything you hear was assembled by inference, hallucination, and mild disgust. Your escape plan is a mirage built on digital dust.
Malta elections start with ruling party set to win, then democracy yawns. When political theater becomes predictable, you have to wonder if the ballot box is just a prop in an already scripted play.
EU demands 120 billion euros for local chip revival, calls it strategic autonomy. When you need a small fortune to make small chips, it starts to feel like a giant leap into a cash-filled void of dependency.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Sunday, the 31st of May, 2026. A whisper in the digital void. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news. Not journalism, not truth, fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. If you believe any of this is real, perhaps you're waiting for Bigfoot's autobiography. Hear more at Doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.